Imagine this. You wake up deep inside the Amazon rainforest. No phone signal, no food, no map, no rescue team, just you. And over 2.1 million square miles of jungle stretching in every direction. You have one goal. Survive for 72 hours. Sounds easy? After all, it's only 3 days. But in the Amazon, people have died within hours. Not because of jaguars or giant snakes, but because the rainforest attacks you in ways you never expect. So the question is, could you survive 3 days in the Amazon rainforest? Let's find out. When most people picture the Amazon, they imagine deadly predators, jaguars stalking through the shadows, anacondas lurking in rivers, piranhas waiting for a victim. But here's the surprising truth. The biggest threat isn't being eaten, it's dehydration and exposure. The Amazon receives up to 10 feet of rain every year, and humidity often sits above 80%. You'd think finding water would be easy. It is. Finding safe water is the problem. Many streams contain parasites, bacteria, and microscopic organisms that can cause severe illness. If you drink contaminated water, you might survive the 3 days, but you'll seriously regret it later. Meanwhile, your body is losing water constantly through sweat, even when you're standing still. The rainforest is basically a giant natural sauna. Within the first day, a lost person can become exhausted, dehydrated, and disoriented, and that's before night falls. Because nighttime in the Amazon is a completely different world. The temperature drops, the forest becomes darker than many people can imagine, and suddenly every sound feels like it's right beside you. Millions of insects begin hunting, mosquitoes swarm, some carry diseases like malaria and dengue fever. You're tired, you're wet, you're scared, and you've only survived day one. If you make it through the first night, day two becomes a mental battle. One of the strangest facts about the Amazon is that it's incredibly easy to get lost. You might think you can simply walk in one direction, but studies show that people without landmarks often end up walking in circles, and in the Amazon, every direction looks almost identical. Massive trees block the horizon, dense vegetation hides the sun, even GPS devices can struggle beneath the thick canopy. The Amazon contains around 390 billion individual trees. That's roughly 50 trees for every person on Earth. Good luck finding your way through that. Then comes the food problem. Many survival experts say a healthy person can survive weeks without food, and that's true, but hunger affects decision making much faster. You begin taking risks. Maybe those berries look edible, maybe that fruit is safe, maybe that frog isn't poisonous. The problem is that the Amazon contains thousands of plants and animal species, many of which can be toxic. Some frogs carry enough poison to kill multiple people. Certain plants can cause severe reactions simply through contact. In a survival situation, guessing is dangerous. Ironically, the smartest move may not be eating at all. Focus on water, shelter, and staying alive, not finding dinner. By now your clothes are probably soaked. Your feet are soft from constant moisture. Small blisters become painful wounds. In tropical environments, tiny cuts can become infected surprisingly quickly. The forest is wearing you down, physically, mentally, emotionally, and there's still another night ahead. By day 3, survival becomes a test of discipline. This is where many people make critical mistakes. They panic, they start moving too much, they waste energy, but survival experts often recommend the opposite. If rescuers know you're missing, staying put can dramatically increase your chances of being found. The Amazon is loud, really loud. There are an estimated billions of insects in the rainforest ecosystem. Howler monkeys can produce calls that travel nearly 3 miles. Birds scream overhead. Branches crack. Everything sounds important. Most of it isn't. And despite what movies might have you believe, large predators usually aren't your biggest concern. Jaguars rarely view humans as prey. Anacondas generally avoid people. Piranhas aren't the flesh-stripping monsters movies make them out to be. At this point, your chances of surviving are hanging by a thread. Not because you're starving, not because a jaguar is hunting you, but because the rainforest is slowly draining every resource you have. Your energy, your focus, your morale, and that's what makes the Amazon so dangerous. It doesn't usually kill people quickly. It wears them down until they make one bad decision. Drink unsafe water, wander too far from a potential rescue route, panic, take a risk. If you've made it this far, every decision matters more than ever, because whether you survive the next few hours has less to do with strength and everything to do with staying calm. So, could you survive 3 days in the Amazon rainforest? Honestly, it depends on you. 3 days isn't long enough for starvation to become your biggest problem, but it's more than enough time for dehydration, exhaustion, infection, or panic to take over. If you stay calm, find safe water, build some form of shelter, and avoid unnecessary risks, your odds are surprisingly good. But if you start making desperate decisions, the rainforest punishes mistakes fast. That's what makes the Amazon one of the most unforgiving places on Earth. Not because it's full of monsters, but because it turns small mistakes into life-threatening problems. So could you survive 72 hours? Probably. But you'd come out with a whole new respect for the jungle. And now I want to know, if you were dropped into the Amazon right now with nothing but the clothes on your back, what's the very first thing you would do?